Are you getting shoulder and neck pain from carrying a baby too much? In this video, we're going to talk about what you can do to fix it. I'm Matt Shu from Upright Health, where we help you move beyond your limitations so you can live with confidence. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the description box for helpful links. So I recently had a kid. I didn't personally push him out of my abdomen, but somebody that I'm very close to did. And so I've been taking care of this little guy. He just woke up from a nap and he goes straight into this position on my body, which is in my left arm and held by my left hand. Now the problem here is not that he is heavy. He's not that big. It's okay. Don't take that as an insult. He's only about 15-16 pounds, so it's not crazy heavy, but doing this all day long is actually pretty uncomfortable, and it actually causes some issues that we're going to talk about, and we're going to show you what you can do to train your body to undo some of that stuff that's causing you shoulder and neck pain. So when you're carrying a baby or you're bottle feeding a baby like this, what often ends up happening is you end up going into a little bit of a hunchback posture. I know this happens to me every time I sit on the couch or sit into the chair that we normally feed this guy in, and I end up going into this position. In addition to that, my shoulder and the shoulder blade start to drag forward. So this guy, again only 15-16 pounds right now, drags the shoulder forward into a hunch, where you can think about it as the shoulder blade going around the rib cage and this top end tilting forward as if we're going into anterior tilt of the shoulder, right? So we're getting this stuck forward. Now, okay, that's not such a bad position normally, but if you're doing it all the time, or you're doing it for say 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that starts becoming a bit of an issue, especially if you do it multiple times a day and don't do anything to retrain the muscles that control your shoulder blade and the muscles that control your thoracic spine or your mid-back in normal people lingo. All right, so when we start doing exercises to correct shoulder pain from holding the baby, we need to focus first on the thoracic spine, or that mid-back, because that makes it difficult to even position the shoulder in the right place to begin with. So to do this, you can start off with a beginner exercise for your thoracic spine, which I'm going to link to in the description box. It's basically using the wall like this, and it's a really good way to combat hunchback posture. In this video, I'm going to show you one that's a little bit more involved with the baby, since you probably can't just put the baby in the backyard and go do your exercises. So you got to hang on to the baby, keep your baby with you, and she gets to participate with you even as you're trying to correct and fix the damage that this little guy is doing to your body. So we're going to hold on to the baby and put your butt against the wall. You want your feet about 1 foot to 1.5 feet away from the wall. If you use the metric system, I believe that is 3 meters. And what you're going to do is put your butt right up against the wall. You're going to bend your knees, and then you are going to hinge forward. Okay, hold on to your baby pretty tight, and as you come forward, your low back is going to stay flat. Okay, you want your upper back also to stay flat, and then what you can do is just let your upper back bend a little bit, and then you want to straighten it up as much as you can. Okay, so you go into a bend, and then you straighten up as much as you can. Keep balancing that baby, because if you drop him, the police will come. So you keep the baby right there, you go down, and then back up. And guess what? The baby actually makes this exercise harder because you have the weight there, and that's forcing your spinal muscles to help you get extension against the resistance of a squirmy baby. When you're first starting, you may want to have the baby on the floor, and then you can say, "Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. A choop 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 choop. A choop 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 choop." Okay, so you should feel the muscles along your spine working. Now, one way this can go wrong is if you do not bend your knees enough and you don't go low enough, you may end up just feeling this in your low back. So you're gonna have to play around a little bit with knee position and foot position, but you wanna focus on getting it more in the mid and upper back to help you straighten things out since you've been slumped over this baby all day long. Okay, now once we've got that settled, you wanna play with me again? We've done probably between 5 to 15 reps if you're doing it for reps, or you could go for like 30 seconds to 2 minutes if you're really good at it. You're basically just going to get some burn in the mid and upper back. Once you get that going, you feel like, oh, okay, I'm standing up straighter. Then we need another exercise that we can do that requires no equipment, which we can do still hanging onto the baby, because again, he will start drinking water from the toilet if you give him a chance, huh? So what you're gonna do is just take that same wall space. We're just gonna put your hand up against the wall. We're standing a little bit away from the wall. And then you're just going to be pushing back into the wall. So the goal here, hey buddy, you have to take a little break, huh? Just hang out right there. The goal here is to feel the posterior shoulder musculature firing to push back this way. So again, when we're carrying the baby and that shoulder is slumped forward, the muscles back here are being trained to just sort of chill out and let that happen. So when we're here against the wall, we're just gonna do this. We're just pushing into the wall, firing up the rear delts, firing up some of the rotator cuff muscles, firing up the mid traps and the rhomboids. Oh, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Hold me while you exercise, Dad. Okay, so then it's just like this. You're pushing back. Now, as you get better and better coordination with this and you get more and more strength with this, then you can start really even letting yourself slide in and then push yourself out using your shoulder muscles. And as you get more and more advanced with this, okay, you can even add a little bit of turn and then pushing out, okay? You can play around with how far your feet are. If you're just starting out, maybe just standing like this and pushing is enough. Hello, buddy. And then as you get better and better and better, you can start walking away further and leaning more and just getting the posterior shoulder muscles to stabilize you. So for this exercise, you can hold on to that position. Again, you could do it for seconds, right? You can do it 30 seconds. If that's too hard, do it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and just build up to as long as really you want to do. But you know, 2 minutes is probably being pretty darn good, okay? So let's not spend your whole day up against the wall. Was that funny? So you can also do it for reps as you start going into the leans. You can start doing that for repetitions, 5 to 10 is pretty good. Just getting some fatigue, getting a little bit of stimulus to those muscles. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. You may be wondering how often I do exercises like this, and the answer is as much as I feel like I need to. So on the days where I've been slumped over a computer and then slumped over a baby, I need to go train my thoracic spine and my posterior shoulder muscles more to undo some of that laziness that I developed throughout the day. If I don't, then my shoulder starts to bother me, my neck can bother me, even my hand and wrist can bother me because the shoulder blade has gotten so far out of position. So my suggestion is to see what your body needs, see how it feels, and then do it as much as you feel like you need to, okay? Now, if you have a really whiny baby, make sure that he's fed or she's fed and comfy, and then sometimes they just want to hang out and be free. So you do whatever you need to do to make sure that you can get in the exercise that you need. So I hope you found this helpful. Leave me a comment below if it helps you out. I hope all those mothers and fathers out there find it real useful for their left and right arms. And if you're looking for more videos like this, be sure to check out the description box, subscribe to our channel, And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't. Yeah. Yeah.